spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. Ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry's so full of
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Strong. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, he fakes a spike. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
To try again after the sack, Lance. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. It made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Lance. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They go play action here on first down. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Azeez Al-Shaair, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. To throw on second down. Strong steps away to his left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Strong. Flushed out right. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Myers' kick is good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lance to throw it. Steps away. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right. And as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 4th down. Lance going to sneak it, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Lance on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for the Niners.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
1st down, here's Mitchell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Lance on the move to his left. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Lance going to sneak it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Lance going to sneak it, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trey Lance, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have got it back to within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And after the Russell Wilson trade, you have to ask, will Tyler Lockett be able to extend his streak of 1,000-yard seasons to 4 without the only quarterback he's ever played with in the NFL? But the way he plays, a very steady presence who catches everything in sight, I think he's got a good chance of extending that streak and becoming best friends with his new quarterback along the way. He certainly looked like it on that first down catch.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
This complete to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Kinlaw in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Strong. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Boye Mafe brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Lance lines up and lets it go for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Lance now to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. And incomplete on the deep ball. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Strong. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The final shot before break. Strong escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Strong. Dancing to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw again. Just keeping the play alive. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Walker is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now from back at the 5. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Strong. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
The Lance going to throw.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Lance looking to throw it. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Lance.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake. Strong.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Off play action. Strong.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Gold to add the extra point. and it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Strong targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to Walker on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On 4th down, Strong going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. That last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn that for a 1st down.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all,
a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
To throw, it's Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
You know, in boxing, they throw in the towel. In this case, you just kind of wave the white flag, and you think to yourself, if he could just get past that initial wave, he's got a chance to get free. But that screen, it was going nowhere from the start. It forces a fourth down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Niners are right back in this football game.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Tariq Woolen puts it.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And that play going absolutely nowhere. And now it's 4th down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I can beat them again. They thought I was done.